Hey y'all, Pawpaw here. The video y'all are fixing to watch is me putting transmission fluid in the transfer case on a 2003 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 HD with a 6.0. Four-wheel drive. It's my personal truck. I drive it every day, back and forth to work. I messed up. I ended up not being able to get the fill plug out of it. I'm sure there's other ways I can do it. I got a little impatient with it. You'll see that in video. So I improvised. Well, whenever I improvised, it's the same thing that somebody would do if they were out on the trail or out in the woods hunting or something like that, and their transfer case gives them problems. Ends up being out of fluid. They need to add fluid to it. They can't drive it to where they need to get it to. So it's a way that you can add transfer case fluid, transmission fluid, in the case of this truck. It takes automatic transmission fluid. It's a way that you can add the fluid if you cannot get the drain plug off. Now, you can use a quart bottle to pour it in there, or you can use a transfer pump like I did to get it in. Other than that, it really don't require any tools. It's not the best way to do it. You can't check your level. You don't know if you've overfilled it. You don't know if you've underfilled it. But let's face it, if you lose the fluid in your transfer case, you've got a bigger problem anyway. So if you're just needing to get out of the woods or get off the trail and don't want to completely fry your transfer case doing it, this is an easy way to add fluid to be able to get to that point, unless your transfer case is fried beyond repair, locked up. There's nothing you can do. Adding fluid is not going to help you. But if you can still move it, it's a little loud from the chain scrubbing or the chain skipping on the sprockets. You can add some fluid to it and possibly get it out of the woods. I'm not going to guarantee you can, but it's possible. It never hurts to try. And that's what you need to think about. You've got to try. So, without further ado, let's get on with the video. Well, today is kind of a something that I have to do. Not a project, part of a project, but I was on my way home from work this morning. Transfer case in my truck started making a lot of racket. Now, I've known I've had a problem with my transfer case for quite a while now. It's the second one I've had in the truck. So, those trucks and a couple around the same year had an issue with the pump in the transfer case would rub against the rear housing. Well, it does that, and it ends up wearing a hole into the housing and causes it to lose fluid. So I'm going to add some fluid to the transfer case, make sure it ain't wore out too bad. Might have to park it till the parts come in to rebuild it. So this is my Silverado. It's the Cat Eye 6.0, four-wheel drive. 2003, I've had it since about 2010, if I'm remembering right. It did have the visors over the windows, but yeah, all those visors have done fell off or rubbed off or limbs claimed them. Yeah, it's got some scratches in it. It's missing some molding. Pretty good riding little old truck. Yeah, you can look over there. Tree fell on the bed of it back during Hurricane Michael. So we got to fix that. A few months ago, I put a 3-inch lift on it so I can clear a little bit bigger tire. Well, it's starting to scrub. And on this side, and I'm starting to hear a little bit of rattle. So I need to go through there and make sure all the bolts are still tight and torqued down like they're supposed to be. Other than the bed, the body's pretty straight. Well, I guess I still got a piece of a visor over one of the windows. Might better take that off so it matches. And there's the damage to the bed. Like I said, it's a good running truck. The only thing I've ever had to do to it is put a transmission transfer case in it. Well, I'm gonna get my tools and we're gonna get set up so we can get underneath there and top off the fluid and just check the transfer case out. All right, we're under here. There's your transfer case and your drive shaft. If you'll look right up through there, that bolt, that's a plug. That's where you feel. You come down here, that's the one you drain out of. We need to get this one off. It's gonna be a little bit of a pain. You can tell this one's already chewed up a little bit. It was like that when I got the transfer case. I should have went ahead and replaced it then, but I didn't. So we might put another one on it today then. All right, all you need is an 18 mil socket. That's gonna slip the minute you drain. All right, that one's on. I'm sorry for the footage. I'm kind of doing this in a tight place by myself. And it's slipping. All right, this one's rounded off. We ain't gonna be able to get it off here. All right, let's see if we can't figure something out here. Alright, I don't know if this is gonna work. Nope. So let me see what I can figure out and I'll be right back with y'all. There's my drain plug. It's rounded off. So we're gonna take a pair of vice grips down here. Get them just a hair tighter maybe. That might work. We're going to take our vice grips. We got them on there. We're going to take our torch. See if we can't heat this plug up. We're going to do this for a few minutes and we'll be right back with you. All right, so what we're going to do, since I can't get that out, there's a rubber plug right up top here. We're going to clean out around it. I guess I better show y'all. Where's it at? All right, that rubber plug right there is right on top. We're going to clean around it a little bit so we don't get no trash down in there like it's really going to hurt anything anyway. We're just going to dump some oil in it through there. I got to drive this thing back to work, so got to do what we got to do. So let's see what happens. All right. Got it going. In and out. Whenever we get done with this, I'll show you this transfer pump that I use. We're flowing over here from that hole right there. See, this is the reason I got to keep doing this, because I got a hole in my transfer case. See if that'll drain down a little bit. We'll be back with you whenever I get her topped off. All right. Just got the last of the oil put in, our transmission fluid. I don't know if you can see it. See right there? It's busted right there. And right here. Sometimes you do what you got to do to get by. Sure hate that I had to do it this way. But it'll work for now. Maybe it'll get me another week. All right, well, let me get out from under here and I'll show you all the transfer pump that I use. This is a transfer pump that I use. You can get the Harbor Freight for under $10. Sometimes you can catch them on sale, get them a little bit cheaper. But, so we got her filled up. There's my truck. We call her 4x4 play. All right, y'all. Well, that's about all I got time for today. I'm fixing to have to get ready to go back to work. All right, so we put the transmission fluid in the transfer case. We're driving the truck, no sound. I know there's probably a lot of people out here who's watched this video so far and said, that ain't how you do it. It ain't gonna work. Well, in the economy that we're in right now, when people don't have money to get what they need when they need it, you do what you have to do to get by until you can. I've got to drive this truck back and forth to work every day, so I need it to last until I get a rebuild kit for the transfer case. This is going to get me by until then, maybe. I ain't going to guarantee it will, but it's working so far. So on that note, we're going to call this one a day, and y'all have a good one, and we'll see you next time.